So yeah, and also they're building. They're gonna add. Oh, we're live. It doesn't matter what Snazzy's doing. Screw Snazzy. We're back and we're live again with Operation Andarta. It's another one live event, but this time with a little bit of a twist. Both teams are going to be on the attack tonight. We're in the newly released Armour Overhaul as well, so you're going to see the new tank systems working tonight, and obviously the new Panthers on show. Look at the new skins of the Panther 4s. So there it is without the armor skirts, and there it is with the armor skirts. So the match tonight, both teams are going to be on the attack to take 3 objectives. They can attack any objective in any order, and the victory conditions are whoever holds the majority of those 3 caps at the end of the time limit, which is 75 minutes, wins, or if one team runs out of respawn waves. Both teams have 3 respawns. And obviously lives. The teams taking part tonight on the Ally side, we have the 5th GB, the Partisans, Sturm, the 91st PCD, and PIB. That's all for the Allies. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. On the Axis, we have IR9. Who is this? LEHR. I don't know who that is. I butchered that. The 363rd VD. And that is it for the Axis. So it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Both teams are on the attack tonight, like I said. If I include the blurb or not, I'll let you know. What I will do is I'll show the map again very quickly. Let me just zoom in on the map, and I'll explain the map a little bit while we wait for both teams. This is the map. The blue line represents the area the teams have to fight in. They cannot fight outside this area. This is a way to keep the teams, you know, in an area so the match actually, you know, plays out and teams actually fight each other. So they can only fight within the blue lines. Each circle is where the objective is. So there are 3 objectives. Whoever has the most soldiers in these circles technically controls the objective, and that's what they're going to be fighting for tonight. They can attack in any order. There is no order. They have to attack the objective. So if one team wants to attack the most northern and the other wants to attack the most southern, they can do that. If they want to attack the middle objectives, they can do that. There is no order. They can do whatever they want tonight. The Germans coming out of their main base very slowly, but the Allies, on the other hand, we'll just open up the map in-game, and you can see the Allies are already pushing out. So the blurb said both the forces tonight on the Allies and Axis team, they are units made up of mechanized divisions. So we're going to see a lot of vehicles in play tonight. Half-tracks, tanks, maybe other smaller vehicles as well. And it's going to be interesting to see the new 50 cal map. Well, it's not the updated model yet, but it's got the damage physics. They've updated the 50 cal to have the damage physics. And I can't wait, man. I love the 50 cal now, man. It's got to be my favorite little toy in the game. The fact that you can destroy tanks with the thing. I was already a big fan of the 50 cal. Everyone underrated the 50 cal. Everyone's like, no, it's dog shit. I've had games where I've only used the half-track 50 cal, and even before the Armour Overhaul, I took out Logis, Transport, MSPs. I even destroyed a 222, and I didn't even know that was possible. The 50 cal is absolutely devastating. I need to keep it up in the map. Yeah, so this is what we're actually at one of the objectives at the moment. So the Allies have already moved in and taken one of the objectives. So they're going to be holding this. Remember, there is a 75-minute timer. And because it's a set time, I might actually have a set time clock on the screen somewhere for this event. If I can figure out how to do that in Sony Vegas for the YouTube video. Oh, by the way, YouTube. Hi, YouTube viewers. Remember to like and subscribe. We're nearly at 600 subs, and if you haven't seen, on the 18th of December at 8 PM, live on Twitch, I'm going to be interviewing Snazzy Ducklin. Again, where we will ask him your questions and my questions. Maybe there'll be some details about Chapter 4 leaked. Who knows? But if you want to be more part of that, join the Discord. Links in the description below. Also, links to the EUF Discord below if you want to take part in these events. Look in the description. Join my Discord. There's going to be an announcement of where you can put questions to ask Stazzy. Or I also did a community post. Also, Twitter. Wherever you see me post something, just put a question and I'll write it onto my list. So, yeah, YouTube. Enjoy the video. Jeez. And yeah, I'm sorry if I'm lacking a little bit of energy tonight or I sound a little bit unenthusiastic. Hey, I've been working my ass off at work. What can I say? While the Allies have basically moved in on 2 objectives, the Germans are finally starting to roll out of their forward operating base, and you can see them just below me, moving in a good column here. They've got their role-playing jerseys on, man. They're I mean, this is a typical IR9 tactic in these one life events. They like moving in columns because I think it lowers your profile, right? It makes it safer to move. And they've got the P4s right behind them. Look at that, man. You don't get this in any other game. Aside from, you know, occasionally in Squad and Armour. But, like, events like this role-play-esque events, they're just so nice. And, man, the updated tanks now. These one life events with the new tank models and the new armor system. Holy shit, I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to it. So the Germans rolling out with 2 P4s. In their mechanized panzer column. Allies have taken point north. They've probably taken point south as well. I can't wait for the Scriptum Realism mod to be updated with the new Armour Overhaul to see what they do. So usually, with the Scriptum Realism mod, there's a bunch of extra features like equipment changes, uniform changes. Every clan taking part basically has their own historical uniform in-game when using the mod, which is really cool. Another reason why you should join these clans, because you'll get your own custom uniform to using these events. Bro, I love the new armor system, man. Especially the updated models. I can't wait for the rest of the tanks to get updated models. Also, hopefully infantry get updated models as well in the future, just to make them look a little bit nicer and a little bit more modern. Especially the faces. It'll be a question we ask Snazzy, no doubt. Look at this, man. You imagine one mortar? Boom. Spacing, guys. Come on, where's the spacing? And if you're also wondering why we can see both teams on the map, we can't. That's a feature of the Scriptum Realism mod. In the Scriptum Realism mod, you can't see the other team on the map as an admin. Also, if you're a player in game, you can't see your own team on the map unless they're within like 5 yards. To add to that realism. So who is driving the tanks tonight? We have this is a new like group, the Lehr group. I don't know who they are, but good luck to them tonight. And we also have the 363 VD in the Panzer IV with the side armor skirts. We've got IR9 there rocking the infantry tonight. Look at them building up firing lines. They're serious tonight. I can tell the IR9 guys and the rest of the Axis, they've got their serious caps on. No doubt the Allies have also had a very detailed plan laid out, and they're going to be doing their best as well tonight. It's not all about the Axis forces. It's also the Allies. You can see the American troops below me. We've got the commander over here. Who is the commander? Winter. I believe it's Winter. Is it Winter? No, it's Fuchs. Fuchs. Fuchs is the commander. And they've already spotted some infantry. They can also hear the tanks. Those tanks are very loud now. So you can hear them spreading communication to the rest of their squads, trying to let the rest of their squads know they've got contact. Or at least they've spotted enemy forces. Oh, here's a 50, baby. Here's a 50. A 50. Few shots. We'll go to those in a second. You can see the Shermans. We've got the 91st PCD in one Sherman. And we've got Sturm in the other Sherman. Short barrel Shermans. So, interestingly enough, the Axis forces have decided to mostly group together. And they've got different lines of infantry working in in between the tanks as they slowly push forward. Whereas the Allied forces, they're separated into basically 4 groups. You've got your tanks and mechanized in the north. You've got a little bit of mechanized in the south, along with infantry scattering around those forces. Got the Panzer IV moving forward here from the LE. They need to change their name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. LEHR is too complicated for me. Change your name. How do I even pronounce that? Lehr? Lee. I'm just going to call them Lee. We've got the Lees. And that Panzer scouting. Forward scout. Gingerly moving forward, inch by inch. A lot harder now for tank crews as well. Now that the power scope... Oh, and a shot goes flying straight over the Panzer IV there. Shot returned by the P4. And this is the first time I've seen a tank battle in the Armour Overhaul as an admin. I've not seen a tank battle as an admin yet after the Armour Overhaul. Got a little bit of head action going on here. So there are no health bars on tanks now. No health bars at all. It's all component based. It's all component based. So it's no longer a health bar system. Tanks don't have specific health pools. It's all about trying to ammo rack, trying to take out components, trying to track, trying to disable. And we've got a little bit of gunfire going on here as Rocker, Roadhog, Nickel, and Sky, they meet the first infantry from the 363 VD boys. A couple of casualties exchanged on both sides as machine gun fire and rifle fire is exchanged through the trees. Look at the updated graphics, man. Look at the updated graphics with the new lighting. It's so much nicer. It's so much better. And there goes the Fiddy. Chewing through the trees. It's now got bullet penetration. This 50 is just going to chew through any surface. You can no longer hide from the 50. There is no hard cover from the 50 cal. If it knows you're in an area, it's going to find you. And it's going to tear you apart, man. There is a little bit of MG fire, though. Oh, and a Panzer Shrek. The driver of the half-track luckily avoiding that Panzer Shrek, and the gunner gets taken out. Half-track getting a little bit too courageous. You can see the Germans there. SG-44 firing at the driver. The little flap has gone down, and the half-track is now on retreat. Did a little bit of a drive-by, and artillery is called down as well. It looks like German artillery. It looks like the Storm crew, the Storm infantry squad has almost been completely wiped out there for very little casualties dealt to the 363. Medics can revive. Medics are the only ones who can revive, and the tank battle is still continuing as we've got the P4 is taking on both of the Shermans. And we can see a crewman of the P4 has been taken out. So it's only the driver now. The gunner has been taken out of the P4. So that P4 is going to have to retreat. The P4 has the advantage against these Shermans. He has harder hitting ammunition and also obviously the bigger cannon. But these Shermans, if they work in collaboration with each other, they're going to be able to overwhelm a P4 quite easily. See, one Sherman pushing forward. He's going to get some shots in now. Boom, one shot there, and that's a big shot. I think that might have just caused a fire. Yeah, we've got a fire in the P4. We've got a fire in the P4. Does eject, or is he going to try take on this fight? Go down fighting. He got into the gun, but he gets taken out, and the P4, he's on fire. So that is one tank down for the Axis. They won the infantry fight, but they've lost the armor fight so far. So good work there by the Sherman crews on the Allied side. Tag teaming the P4, and the P4 just couldn't take on 2 tanks at once. And here comes the burnout. This is what we're waiting for. Show us the boom boom. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. And obviously no one can get near this tank now because you will take damage from the fire. Well, you can see the Shermans there. The Shermans now cresting that hill. They've taken a commanding position now. They won that initial armor fight. Probably feeling a little bit confident. You can hear another German cat Oh, look at this German cat. Trying to inch himself through the trees. Slowly creeping forward, looking to ambush. Very good driving here from the driver. Slow. I love how the tracks now, you can see the tracks more visually. It's realistic. Yeah, how a track in a tank would. You stop one track moving to turn, the other one keeps moving. I love that. I love that now. But we've got one German cat on the prowl through the trees. And the Sherman's still there, commanding a good position in the middle of this little open area here, the little open enclave. So the Axis forces concentrating mostly on the north at the moment. They have suffered some casualties, but at the same time, they dealt a lot of casualties to the Allies' infantry here in the north. And the Allies are going to slowly become outnumbered at this rate because their forces are divided. You can see medics below me, Winter, trying to get his downed comrades back into the fight. Got a 50 cal. Wait, did the Germans? The Germans have mounted the 50 cal. They know. I know exactly where they got that tactic from, man. They're stealing my tactics. They're stealing my tactics, man. But the 363... managing to hijack the 50 cal. I mean, hey, why not? This is a realism event. They can do that, man. I'm sure that happened in real life. If you're wondering how they did that, spawned in vehicles by the admins, which is what the vehicles they use for these events. They spawn them in at the beginning of the game by an admin. There is no team tag on them by default, so anyone can technically get into the spawn vehicles by an admin. These Shermans, for example, on the P4s, the Allies can technically get in those vehicles if they've been spawned in by an admin as well. You see that P4? Looking like he's just moving further and further north at this point. Maybe going to work in combination with the half-track. The half-track will be great at giving support from any infantry. See, the Allies haven't completely given up on the north, though. They lost that initial they won the initial engagement against the tanks. They did lose the engagement with the infantry in the trees, though. They did suffer a lot of casualties there. But Winter Medic from the 5th GB Division, he's done a great job there and got as many downed soldiers back on their feet. And now we're gonna have a Sherman versus 50 cal. Sherman versus 50 cal. Come on, 50 cal. I want to see some shots from this 50. Oh, a shot there from a Panzerfaust just fell short. Lehr means basically teaching, like in the famous Panzer Lehr division, which was basically a tank division made out of 2 tank school units at the core. So that's what... Golden, welcome to the channel, by the way. That's your first message. It's what Twitch is telling me. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for that information, man. Thank you for letting us know. I wanted to see the 50 cal go up against the Sherman. Oh, what happened to the P4? We completely missed this. The P4 at some point got hit. It's on fire. The crews are doing their best to extinguish the fire. It's unfortunate in the admin cam we can't see, like, components. See, the crews are actually under fire here as well from small arms. Sherman's slowly starting to push down the road. The Sherman trying to shoot through the building, which it can do now. There are ballistics, and it's doing it. It just shot us straight through the building there. And now the Panzer IV is cooking. It's going to pop any second. The Sherman shooting straight through the building with that armor piercing. You can see the crewman desperately trying to put out the fire. Not enough, though. So that is 2-0 to the Allied tank crews so far. 2-0 to the Allied tank crews so far. Did just take a little bit of damage, though, the Sherman. Wait, is that new on the Sherman? I can't remember ever seeing these extra tracks on the side of the Sherman. Are they new? Those extra tracks, they're new, right? I don't think I've ever seen the tracks on the Sherman before. Shermans are a little bit small on fire. It's a shame we didn't see the half-track, because the half-track the 50 cal half-track can take out these tanks. It can pen their engine bays, and it can start fires. So the infantry from the 363 VD flanking around, trying to loop around the Allied forces here. The Allies doing a good job. Those tanks doing a good job holding up. The rest of the Axis forces, though, are holding the central cap at the moment. So how it's playing out so far, objective-wise, Germans control the center cap. The Allies further there, you can see them holding the south cap. So technically, the Allies are winning because they control 2 caps at the moment. They have the north, they have the south. So all the fighting at the moment is going over the northernmost objective. This is what is going to be the play of the game at this point. Who's going to be the victor? If both teams sit on the objectives they have currently, the Allies will win because they have 2. Maths, ladies and gentlemen. I can do it. I can do maths. Can you do maths? Bro, I have to do a maths exam every month now. Along with any areas I'm weak in, I then have to do like mini revision exams. So if, for example, I'm weak in like shapes, I have to then do like mini exams to like boost my shapes. Fortunately, I'm good at maths. I'm pretty decent at maths. Also, I have a calculator because I live in the 21st century. So I'm pretty decent with my maths skills. So we've got the Germans. So that is one feature of this event. There are rules about logistics and what they can build. I think they can only build 1 MG per truck or something. But they can build unlimited fortifications with the supplies they have in their trucks. So you can see the German forces here from the IR9. We've got Johnny Depp there. Oh, sorry, BIA is here as well. BIA, I'll add that into the list as well. We've got BIA here as well with the IR9 guys. They're fortifying the central cap. And it looks like they know where some forces are from the Allies. Because you see there's actually a little bit of damage over there from one of the Allied soldiers. His name is a little bit... he's got that little colored bar above him. So it looks like there's been a little bit of small arm fire. And that is the Panzer IV popping again. So you can see the Germans are fortifying the central cap right now. Very good cap for them to hold. It's got that fixed tree line on one side, and it's a good building. That is just one solid building they can hold. Combat, back towards the northern cap, we've got the IR9, a small infantry squadron with a Yeater, Hetzer, Flu, and Blitzkrieg. They ran upon the 5th GB division, who have come in to reinforce where the Sturm division originally was. A little bit of small arm combat again. The real nemesis to the Axis at the moment, though, are these 2 Shermans. These 2 Shermans are the biggest nemesis to the Axis forces right now. Oh, artillery. I imagine that's probably German artillery. Are they going to get any damage on the Sherman? No. Just fell a little bit too short. If that artillery was just a little bit more to the east there, they could have probably taken out 1 tank with that, or at least badly damaged a tank. So a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. And hey, this is how these one life events go. We have lots of action. We had quite a bit of action early on. Now, as both teams, they've tested each other, few casualties exchanged here and there. They're now reorganizing, getting into new positions. Heard a little bit more gunshots, so it looks like the next bit of combat might be taking place on the center cap. We've got the German defenders here who have built up their fortifications. They're fighting an advancing allied force who have been slowly trickling down these buildings here. You can see Marius there, who did excellent in the Kugelwagen Cup. He's the first casualty for the PIB squadron over here. What are they speaking? That's Dutch, right? Ik ben een man, brood, sap. Ik ben Yazoo. Bro, I love the Netherlands. If I can move to Eindhoven, I would. If I had the money to move to Eindhoven, you best believe I would. And we've got that famous MG42 opening fire now. I love the little fortifications they've been building here just to cement their position here. That MG42 right in the center, able to cover this building beautifully. And just think soon, when the 50 cal machine gun gets added as an emplacement, which is coming, Snazzy leaked it, that 50 cal will be able to penetrate these buildings. I know the Was it the 7.92 machine gun Khan? I don't know if there's any plans to change that. I don't know anything about gun penetrations. I'm not a gun nerd, you know. But it'll be interesting to see if smaller rifle calibers get to penetrate more surfaces more. I know they already can penetrate a lot of surfaces in game, but I don't know. Would it be able to pen like concrete in a building? I imagine if you shoot at it enough, you would. But you know, it's a video game after all. You can't be. Sadly, you can't be that realistic. We've got Brand Power creeping forward with a half track. Does he know he's driving straight? He didn't know he was driving. Don't destroy it! No, Bismarck! No! You could have used that to take out the Shermans. It would have also confused the fuck out of the Allies. Like, oh, there's a half track heading our way. Then all of a sudden, or should I say, bro, Bismarck. Nevertheless, the 363 squad taking out that half track, so the Allies have lost a armor asset now. And you can see IR-9 also pushed in. They're flanked all the way around, and they're moving into this northern objective, while the Sherman and infantry squad have completely been caught out of guard. PIB looks like they try to push towards the central objective as well. They dealt a little bit of casualty to the Axis forces, but at the same time, you can see a lot of casualties dealt in return. Kenrick gone down, Mike Bluestar, Senate, Marinus, all going down. In exchange, Buxdragon for the 390 IR, he's gone down, and Kartov, who was on that MG42. But medics on scene. Medics going to get the downed and wounded back on their feet. To the north now, we've got a little bit of combat going on. As the Allies, what are left of them in the north at least, they've been completely outflanked now by an advancing IR-9 and 363 VD squad who have gone all the way around. They've crept through the defensive lines, and you can see there's been a few casualties here. Winter's gone down. Winter was medic for the 5th GB over here, so that's a big loss to them. 3 infantrymen left now, and 2 Shermans, but, you know, they're a long way. Axis have taken the north, so the Axis now hold 2 objectives. The Allies only hold 1. So if the game was to end now, Axis would be the winners because they hold majority. Allies are going to have to counter now. The Allies have been suffering a lot of casualties. Even all the way back here, you can see Partisans have been suffering some casualties as Wood and Joey both go down. They do have another 50 cal. Bro, if they get this 50 cal in position, I just want to see a 50 cal rip through a building, man. I just want to see a little 50 action. If they can get this 50 cal in position, they could just light up the building down here, man, and just shred. Doesn't matter what fortifications they have. That 50 cal will do damage. But so far, Axis doing a good job. Playing it slow, playing it steady. Play very closely together as well. You can see IR-9 over here, their squad very close together, trying to keep a very low profile, trying to be stealthy as possible. Very good tactics from them. I'm sure they planned this out. What's the word? Meticulously? I can't say it. I'm sure they did a lot of planning. That's what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to say it in a fancy way. So the Allies are going to have to counter here. They do have their tanks on the board. There's a possibility for them to use their tanks. They're 2 Shermans. They could drive in here. They've got the Woolly Pete. They've got the APHE that can now penetrate buildings and blow up on the inside. So Allies aren't out of this yet. And remember, both teams have 3 respawn waves. I won't be able to see when the Axis call in their respawn waves because I can only see 1 team chat, obviously. And I'm on the Ally side, so... yeah. Boober. If I see a respawn wave called in, I might tag switch to the other team if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. I don't want to crash or break the game or fuck something up, so I'm always scared of swapping sides in the middle of the map, in the middle of a match. I don't want to mess something up. But the Allies now, the Allies who initially had a good start to this this match. They took out the 2 Panzer IVs. They dealt some infantry damage. The Allies now have been slowly started to be whittled down as those Shermans have gone a long way off the point, to be fair. Not really supporting the infantry on caps anymore. And with that, the Germans being very slow, very methodical, getting into position and just picking off and whittling down the allies with flanks and just overwhelming force. See, the Partisans now are still holding up the southernmost cap. I guess the Partisans have been tasked, you hold the south no matter. This 50, bro, this 50, I'm telling you, this 50 is in position. This 50 could shoot the house down the road. That 50 is, it could do it. Straight through the tree and the bushes there. He could do it. Could do it. I want to see it. I want to see some 50 cal. If I don't see some 50 cal action tonight, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be very, I showed the power. Oh. Oh, that's a big artillery strike caught in the south. I guess that's why the Partisans also got inside and they moved the half-tracks out. I assume they heard the, what's it, the howitzers? The big artillery guns. I assume they heard them firing off map and they quickly got into cover. Good communication there, good awareness, good gaming headsets. I'm sure they've all got good gaming headsets, so good job to them. Guru gone down, but the Germans are doing a little bit of harassment with that bombardment, letting the Allies know it's not over yet. We're going to be coming for the south. We've taken the north. We've taken the center. We're going to come for the south now. But yeah, I showed the power that the 50 cal has on Reddit. If you didn't see, I got my hands on a 50 cal in the Armour Overhaul, and I took out a Cromwell with it. I took out a Cromwell. It's, bro, it's such a good. Bro, never fix it. So it looks like the Shermans, I'm not quite sure what the Shermans are. Maybe they're retreating to repair, or maybe they're trying to flank all the way to the south. Not quite sure what the Shermans are doing. The 363 infantry, though, are very well aware. Stealing vehicles. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's why they didn't take the half track. Okay, makes sense. Stealing vehicles isn't allowed. Boo. Nevertheless, the Shermans, not quite sure what they're doing. Nevertheless, the 363 VD, who are now holding the north, it looks like they've been tasked to hold the northern cap. They're keeping eyes on them, and I'm sure they're communicating back to their team as much as possible what is going on. The IR-9 got a very strong defense. Look at this strong defense by the IR-9 here. Just all along this little raised hedgerow here. They've got a wall of rifles and machine guns ready to unleash on the south. Meanwhile, it sounds like the Shermans open up contact. Heard a little bit of machine gun fire there. Heard a turret fire as well, cannon fire. Yeah, the Shermans are trying to blast into the trees. Look at this, just one tree, man, in this field. I can hear the turret moving from all the way over here. Ooh, and a frontal shot there. Sounds like a, what's that, Panzerstrike? Panzerfaust. It landed probably on the worst spot of the Sherman, to be fair. Minimal damage there. Probably hit one of the heaviest part of the Sherman. Very unfortunate for the German infantry there. And we've got a little bit of machine gun fire going on the south again. It sounds like the MG42s are opening up fire. Sending a little bit of a bullet volley. Wait, is that the 50 cal? Oh, it's the 50 cal. Yes. The 50 cal is opening up a little bit of fire through the trees. Hey, man, they heard my request. What can I say? Where's that 50? Yes, baby. Listen to that beast. Oh, some team killing there. I think that's the tank crews. Not quite sure who the tank crews team killed, but maybe team killing each other. Look at the bullets just splashing off the building from the 50. Off the trees and everything. Yeah, You got to be brave to sit on that MG42 with that 50 cal just raining hell overhead. Look at the smoke and debris just flying off the building, man. Can you imagine? Now imagine that's 150 cal. Now imagine 5. I'm just saying. Imagine 5 of them fired on this building. Holy shit, the carnage would be glorious. 40 minutes left in the game. So we're about halfway into the match. The Allies, like I said, I'm not quite sure where they got a team kill from. It happened, and the Shermans here are just blasting into the tree lines the best they can. No real effect though. The German troops, they're smart, they're experienced. They're just gonna sit and wait for the unlucky shots to rain on their heads and just be picked up one by one. They're just going to retreat, let the Shermans waste their time and ammunition, and they're just probably just going to have a nice chill time. So the game has gotten to a little bit of a point where basically it's the Allies now. The Allies need to come up with a plan. The Germans are sitting very comfortably at this point. The Germans are sitting very comfortably. They hold 2 objectives. They have a lot of their team still left. The only losses the Germans have encountered at this point, I would say, is probably 2 infantry and just their 2 tanks, which tanks are a big loss. But let's have a look at the kill boards while we wait. So we've only got 7 kills, but 25 deaths for the Allies, with 12 wounds and 8 revives. 13 kills and 28 deaths for the Germans, but 21 wounds and 6 revives. So you can see the Germans with more kills and more wounds inflicted. They have a few more deaths, but killed KD-wise, they're holding their own, winning. So it's the Allies who need to come up with a plan of action now. The Allies need to come up with a solution, or else the Germans are just going to sit tight for 40 minutes and win. Okay, Shermans are doing the right thing, though. The Shermans are staying very tight to each other, covering each other's back, making sure there's no sneaking AT or pioneers or sappers, engineers, or other vehicles, 50 cals, sneaking up on them. We've got 1 casualty. That 50 cal, tell you, man, 50 cal. Cut-off gone down. That 50 cal is just raining. Everyone's starting to abandon the building now. Look like, yeah, maybe being inside the building, probably not the best place to be right now with that 50 cal. I just love seeing a random, just a tracer or a bullet just go fly off. But yeah, everyone now spreading out. Now that 50 cal has started to open fire and realizing maybe being upstairs in the building probably isn't the best place to be. Our tanks exploded in spawn. Oh no. I'm sure an admin will fix that and spawn the vehicles for them. Isn't that a bug at the moment with the Armour Overhaul? On some maps, German tanks just explode. Honestly, that just sounds realistic to me. German tanks just randomly breaking down and exploding. That just sounds realistic. Got a Sherman slowly creeping forward, but look at this here, man. Look at this. He might not be at the good angle here. Yeah, he was at a rough angle. And there's the infantryman coming to cover him. That's so unfortunate there from Blitzkrieg and Flu. Blitzkrieg taking the shot just a little bit too early. It was at that angle and you just saw the rocket just go fly straight off as the Sherman deflected that. A little bit too close, and at that angle just wasn't enough to do anything. Otherwise, that would have been perfect. Straight into the side of the Sherman, ammo right, kaboom. The 363, though, still holding strong here in the north. The Shermans moving in position to start opening fire. Have to see if the 363 have any kind of AT capabilities to deal with this now. Or else they might be in a lot of trouble here with these 2 Shermans slowly bailing down. Rotog and Nickel Man are the only ones alive from that initial wave at the beginning-ish of the match. They were the only ones to survive from the infantry squads, and they've been doing a good job working with the Shermans. As you saw then, Roadhog and Nickelman moved in to take out Blitz and Flu, so they wasn't able to get a second shot off. So they're doing a good job covering the Shermans there. These Shermans need to just stop slapping buildings. Maybe they don't realize it. There we go. If they use AP and APHE, especially, they can penetrate these buildings and start causing blasts on the inside. We don't know how effective it is yet, but I imagine, you know, you get a group of people inside a building, shooting a tank at it is probably the best thing. A tank shooting at the building, not shooting a tank at a building. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. Get what I mean? Look at this, though. And, okay, we're just gonna, you know. I can't... These tracks might have always been on the tank. It might be because the tracks have been updated graphically with a new lighting as well. But I can never remember seeing these tracks on the side of the turret of the Sherman. Also, I can never remember seeing a guy's head poking out. So we've got Nickelman and Roadhog pushed into the building. We've got an MG42 opening fire here. Not quite sure what he's firing at. Yeah, what is he firing at? Oh, it was Sky and Rocker. He actually took down Sky and Rocker at some point. Nickel has made it on the inside. He's going upstairs. He's got that Thompson devastating weapon close up. Just Graph, no. He doesn't, and Nickel takes him out. Oh, Roadhog did go down on the outside, though. You see Gas holding up there, and the 50 cal is back. Brand Power and Kisses, and the Northern Cap is now contested. I need to sneeze. The 50 is back. And he's dead. Gas from the rear taking him out. Gas holding up that building on his own. Nickel is still upstairs. As we've got the IR9 creeping forward there. So far we've got one cap each. The Northern Cap is contested, but the Allies have got a lot of work to do here. They have got two Shermans basically holding down the point, and Nickel at the moment. Nickel is in a building with Gas. Nickel must know he's there. I can hear an artillery blast. It looks like the Allies have called down an artillery blast on the center cap. See, Bucksdragon has gone down there, and I imagine it's done a little bit of damage to the fortifications. Look at the IR-9, though, flanking behind the Shermans here. Getting a kill. Doom was actually killed in the tank somehow. I guess he poked his head out. It'd be interesting. I don't think this IR-9 squad has any medics. Otherwise, they could have got blitz up, and they could have just fired rockets into the back of the Shermans. And unfortunately for them, I don't think they have a medic or any ATs. So they're just doing small arms fire. Allies have recaptured the north as Gas goes down. Nickel is holding it with sweet kisses, and the two Shermans. What is going on here? What is this play? Oh no, Marcus! You pre-fired too much. Who's gonna reload? He gets his pistol out. Yeeter, spaghetti eater. Shoot the periscopes! Shoot the periscopes! Nickel's gone down, so the north is contested again as the Shermans now, without any infantry support. The IR-9 just deciding, fuck it. Shermans are blind, they're completely unaware. We've killed a couple of their crew. Let's just book it to the building. Why not? And hey, they could, I'm just saying, they could technically, in theory, in real life, they could take the 50 cal half track and just bang, 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 bang at the Shermans. Shermans are trying to clear out the buildings. Doing a little bit of a drive-by here at the 91st. Blasting away. A team kill there from PIB. So we do have some more compact going on in the north. The Axis, so again, the Axis team sitting comfortably. They have 2 objectives. And the game is still pretty close. It kills to death-wise, I feel. Yeah, kills to death-wise. Still pretty even. But it's just the Axis who have been a little bit more organized at this point. Bismarck is back on his feet, but he's going to bleed out. He just got hit straight there by a heavy ordnance blast. He goes down. You can see the coaxial and the hull gun fighting in conjunction there, spraying through the tree lines. The Sherman's doing a good job trying to keep up this north camp and trying to contest it for the Allies. I want to see someone run out and just start shooting the periscopes. Where are the periscopes on the Sherman? So you got the driver's periscope there, the hull gunner's periscope there, the commander periscope there. I'm not sure this one works. I think this one's the gunner periscope. I think that one... Oh, it could be the second commander periscope. Look at this ship. Knock, knock. Anyone in there? 30 minutes left. Okay, so let me swap teams at this point. My map is locked now, unfortunately, but hey, it happens. So we can hear a little bit of the German communication. I don't speak German. This is for you, YouTube. Some of them will be speaking English, but like Marcus there, I'm pretty sure I understood that. So we'll swap sides now so we get to hear a little bit of communication from both sides. Completely neglected what's been going on the southern objective, though. It was like Carr and Marcelio have been pushing forward a little bit, as so as the Partisans. Partisans with the 5th GB, looking like they're trying to contest the center camp. It might be best at this point for the Allies if their Shermans came south, because most of the infantry for the Allies now is concentrated in the south. So if the Shermans came to the south and supported the infantry, they could maybe just push and hit that middle objective really, really hard. And I feel like it's easier to defend the middle and southern objective than the northern objective. The northern objective is very isolated here, whereas the south and middle objective, you can basically shoot from both objectives towards each other. That might be exactly what the Shermans are doing right now. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to post-scriptum. Almost like I'm not a complete bad player. Who would have thought? So it looks like the Ion 9 and the 363, they're going to be victorious here. They held on to the cap with the reinforcements coming in. They weathered the half-track and the infantry that came in and the Shermans. Not quite sure what's going on with this Sherman shadow. Or it might just be a render thing at distance. Looks a little bit weird. But the Axis have held strong on the north. Can they now hold strong in the center? Because it looks like the Shermans are on their way. And they're going to be supporting the infantry. There has been a few casualties exchanged, though, from the Allies. You can see the 5th GB with a couple of Partisans members have been pushing straight down the neighborhood row here. But the IL-9 and the BIA are holding strong. They've got some emplacements built. They've got those MGs up. But hey, these Shermans, they could completely change the battle here. And there was 30 minutes left. First casualty there for the defenders. Pete Puncher, he gets hit by a good shot there from a Allied rifle. Let's have a look at the stats quickly. So we've got 22 kills, 47 deaths for the Axis, with 31 wounds and 10 revives. 19 kills and 35 deaths for the Allies, with 29 wounds and 9 revives. So actually very even when it comes to kills to deaths to wounds from revives. Still very even. Interestingly, the Shermans are going all the way down. Then they're just going to go through the trees. If I was them, I would have gone through the trees. I would have been like, fuck it, we're going through the trees. They might actually... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's an ambush. Oh, no. We've got fresh German armor arriving. We've got a P4, and it's going to get a side shot straight on a Sherman here. Boom, and I don't know who that was inside the tank, but hey, they're going to the moon, baby. And there goes the first Sherman, and now the second Sherman. Well, what does he do? He's got a Panther creeping in either side. He's putting a little bit of Woolly Pete down. The German Armour getting a little bit of revenge here. Where is the second Panther? There he comes. Oh dear for the Allies. Their Shermans deciding to take the scenic route. Didn't quite pay out for them. And look at the infantry. The infantry is now all on their own, trying to assault the center cap. Their tank support isn't going to arrive. It is contested. Will the Allies be able to push in without tank support, or will those German infantry hold strong? The German tanks temporarily. That Sherman is not in a good place. He's got nowhere to go. Oh, does the Panther know, or is he getting into a position to ambush? It feels like with the updated tank models and the new Armour Overhaul, it feels like I'm playing Company of Heroes when I'm watching tanks like this. Feels like I'm watching Company of Heroes, and there's the Panther 4 down the road. He has sights. Sherman also must have sights. Sherman stops. Who's going to fire first? Sherman fires, bounces off, ricochet there. Panther? Panther doesn't miss. It takes out the turret ring, I believe. And the turret is unoperational now from the Sherman. This Sherman is now second dug. You can see the smoke funneling out of the turret. This Sherman is not going to be able to escape from this. Couple of team kills there. Fuchs. Looks like he's called an artillery strike. Unfortunately for him, he's got a few team kills there. It sounds like it was on the center cap. Look at the smoke barreling now. This is going to be a rear shot now. This Sherman really not in a good spot. You can hear the second Panther coming in. Big shot there. A crewman goes flying out. And the engine, the damaged transmission now, just smoke bellowing out of this Sherman as he's trying to limp away. There's a fire on board. That fire is going to slowly be spreading. I think a track is almost damaged as well for this Sherman. And there was really, in the end, nothing he could have done there. Bro Nissan and Brandy going down there. They just got ambushed. The Panthers, the Predators creeping in. And it looks like without the Shermans arriving, without the tank support needed, the Axis infantry managed to hold. They did get a half-track arrive on scene. That half-track has been doing a good job by the looks of it, with just the amount of bodies laden through the trees. The Axis forces did suffer casualties, though. You can see Johnny Depp, Crit, Field Marshal, they've all gone down. But it looks like the Allies didn't come out the victors on this assault here. And with time running out now, there must only be about 20 minutes left. Axis are very dominating. They have a good control at the moment. More forces arriving. A second half-track dropping off fresh reinforcements. You could hear the Germans shouting. Isn't the German language so harsh? I feel like I can't have a conversation with a German speaking German without feeling like they're telling me off, like they're scolding me. And the moving fire, damn man, this is looking good. The half track with the infantry, rolling fire coming in. Oh, and a little bit of return fire there. Infantryman goes down, a headshot. Great teamwork, great communication. Where the Panther? Is that Panther going to fire on the half track? Just giving it a little bit of a look, you know. Great work here by the IR9 guys and everyone else on the Axis side. Sorry. the LEHR, the teaching division, and the BIA all working in great combination here, and the 363 VD. That was beautiful, watching that half track firing with the infantry pushing forward behind, and then the tanks coming in with a final help. And there is, you can see there is no allies left. That was great work by them. Suffered a little bit of casualties. Hetzer, Yeater all go down. So very heroic last stand to those remaining Partisans members there. But yeah, 2 tanks, half track, overwhelming infantry numbers just wasn't gonna end well for them. They did take out a few, though. There was also a couple of headshots mixed in there, so they did tally up a few kills at the end. So you can see, but the Germans there just commanding a 10-kill lead at this point. And the reinforcements arriving to support the center camp now. And with 2 Panthers on the board, Panzer IVs, 2 Panzer IVs now in play for the Germans. 20 minutes-ish left, maybe less, with overwhelming infantry numbers. I've got to say, the Allies are probably going to be down to maybe their 2nd or 3rd respawn wave at this point. I think that maybe it's going to be their 2nd respawn wave. It's going to be an uphill battle for them now at this point. The Axis commanded a very strong position. They've anchored down in the center of the cap. They're holding the north of cap. Interestingly enough, like I said, I feel like the north cap is probably going to be the hardest to hold, whereas the south and center, because they're in closer proximity, I feel like they would have been easier to hold. So Axis holding the harder objective of the bunch here. You can see a Panther IV move into the north. Be interesting to see if their tanks split up or stay together. Be interesting to see if the Panther IVs split up, one defend the north, one defend the south, or if they both go defend the north together. Got a 2nd mechanized half track moving in. More firepower to defend the center cap. Oh, this is a good position for the half track here. Man, what a position. What an angle of fire he has. Well camouflaged with the new lighting and the updated foliage. This is no doubt a good position for him to hold this center cap. I don't know what they're saying, but I imagine they're trying to get a medic to go revive and rescue those injured. Oh, they're sharing ammo?
Guys, do you want cover from the half track, or do you just want to go all in?
It's too loud.
We gotta go all in.
Okay. So yeah, we've got the 363 over here. I imagine they're medics. Got their medics, and I can see Lesman. He's he's doing the old.
I'm a fucking ambulance.
Yeah.
What's going on with his arm? Who runs like that? Is this some kind of like German secret tactic?
Thank you. Nah. Steht nicht auf dem offenen Feld.
So yeah, Lesman reviving. So the Germans going from strength to strength here, communicating well, getting their downed members back on their feet. Half track's going to go pick them up, I imagine, just to make it a little bit quicker. Or he's just going to go... Brrr. Who knows? You never know with the Germans. Oh. I can't wait for the realism mod as well. Then we can start seeing like the custom half tracks that they've made and everything. I love seeing transport vehicles actually used as well. Seeing specialized vehicles actually... How often do you see this in a public server, man? And used effectively. Look at this, man. It's a grenadier squadron, basically. Again, it's like I'm playing Company of Heroes. I'm literally playing Company of Heroes right now. I've just called in a fresh Panzer Grenadier squad. There we go. I've just called in my fresh, or I'm playing like Steel Division. Here's my fresh squadron moving forward to support the cap zone. Allied artillery, and a big allied artillery actually. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's because we always scold you, young man. True. And a half track. That is a huge artillery blast right there, man. They completely decimated the defenders on the cap. I don't think a medic will be enough for this one. Luckily for the Germans, their medic was out of cap, so they might be able to patch together a couple, maybe. But that was a big blast there. Let's head on to the north, though. We've neglected the north, and there has actually been another tank battle going on. One of the Shermans has been fighting against... Oh, both the Panzers are watching the north cap, and the 91st Sherman, he goes down. Second Sherman, Doom Catalyst, Bro Nissan, and who else was in it? Brandy. If I was them at this point, I would think about, you know, just retreating back a little bit. As a Sherman, you're not going to win a fight against two Panzer IVs. You're really not going to win a fight against two Panzer IVs. It might be best just to retreat at that point. Maybe go scout the center cap and see how that artillery did. You can see the medics already doing a good job over here for the Germans, trying to get whatever remains of the defenders back on their feet. Evened up the kills. That was actually a really good artillery blast. Yeah, there is nothing. Holy sh! Holy sh! Someone's shooting at me. Yeah, why are you the Germans still have plenty of defenders. I need to sneeze again. I need to sneeze. I keep getting this feeling like I need to sneeze, but it just never comes. I could not mute my mic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. It just doesn't usually happen to me. I'm sorry. It doesn't usually happen to me. 15 minutes left. Can the Allies pull something out here? The Germans have just called in their second respawn wave, so the Germans very comfortable at this point. I believe the Allies only have one respawn left. They've just used their second. So, and they've lost a tank already. See the Panzer IVs. They're on the prowl now. They're on the hunt. They've got their taste of blood. So far, tank engagement so far, we've had... the Axis have lost 2 Panzer IVs. The Allies have lost 3 Shermans. So the German forces are winning on the tank engagements by 1 tank so far. The Sturm Sherman tank crew, they've been very quiet, and I don't blame them. After what happened to the 91st PCD, I would be pretty quiet as well. We've got a little bit of machine gun fire, a little bit of small arm fire going on over here. Got a lot of casualties over here from the PIB. It looks like they got mowed down by an MG42. That half-track spraying through the hillside here, managing to pick out a whole squadron almost. 4 individuals there, that half-track. Again, I'd love to see these vehicles used. When in the right hands and in the right situations, they can make such a difference. And that's what Philip and Talentless are showing here from the IR-9. Great use there, getting a bunch of kills there, wiping out basically a whole squad almost. And it looks like the Allies... You know, they're not wasting any... they're not being cautious at this point. They've abandoned defending the south, and they're pushing forward with what they have left. That 50 cal getting closer and closer, suppressing the buildings. Infantry pushing forward from the Partisans, the 5th GB here. They're trying to contest that center camp. They know they need to take something with time running out. They are losing this game currently. Got the Sherman. The Sherman has been found. 1 shot. 2 shot. The track is gone. The Panther 4 shooting them back as well. Turret's turning, and the turret's been disabled. The Panther saving the infantry with that shot there, disabling the turret ring and taking out the turret. A fire has started. Safe to say, that is now 4 Shermans to 2 Panther 4s. German armor dominating at this point. Great combination of infantry and tank work there. Taking their time, being cautious, playing it slow, and they take out that Sherman, so the Allies losing another big asset there. Although, that being said, the Allies are pushing the center cap, and they're pushing the center cap hard. Buck's Dragon from the 319 IR, he's the only one actually left in the hard cover of the cap, as Partisans and the 5th GB push forward. MG fires coming in from the half track, and the 50 cal half track, and also the 30 cal Browning machine guns from the infantry, as they are slowly starting to contest the cap. Will the Germans have the infantry? Are they going to push that infantry forward? There are fresh reinforcements arriving. We saw them call in those reinforcements. Let's see what the Iron Line guys are saying down here. Achtung, I know that. Oh, a big grenade there. As fresh reinforcements are trying to push into the cap. Allies has camp ship the center cap. Buck's Dragon is doing his best. He's wounded upstairs. Hegman went down. They know Buck's Dragon is there. He's there somewhere hiding. Hegman couldn't get over the wall. 10 minutes left. Fresh reinforcements are arriving for the Germans. Oh, have they? Oh, German artillery on the center cap now. We've had the roles reversed. Allies. The reason why the Allies got into this cap in the first place is because that amazing artillery strike called in by Fuchs wiped out the defenders. Now we've had German artillery drop on the cap, and it's done basically a role reversal. It's wiped out a lot of the Allied infantry, did get a few team kills, and I was about to say there was reinforcements coming in for the Germans, but the Partisans actually getting behind enemy lines here, along with Rocker. They cut out a few of the reinforcements, it seems. There are reinforcements pushing deeper, though. And also, we forgot the Panzer IV arriving on the scene. So, not looking too good for the Allies now. The point is contested. The MG, yes! The 50 cal, come on! Didn't go according to plan. That's the shame. I saw a couple of the skirts fall off the Panzer IV though. From I didn't see where they landed. But the Axis infantry have moved in again. They've cleared out. Buck's Dragon held. He's alive. He's been treated too. And now the Partisans to the 50 infantry over here are a little bit sandwiched. Zam. Joey, look, no. Partisans. Someone stop this madman. Someone stop this madman. Someone stop him. He's a lunatic. Fucking amazing, man. What a hero. What a hero. See. He's the bro. Zamanak. Oh, he couldn't make it back to his tank in time. PIB cutting him off. Man, Zamanak. He's the hero they needed, but didn't deserve. Bro, what a heroic effort by him. He's armed with his P38 and a big heart. We've had a second half-track go down, unfortunately. I mean, a half-track, not much you can do when a Panzer IV pops out. He's not going to pen a Panzer IV from the front, at least, unless he hits, like, the periscopes or something. Maybe if it was on the rear, he would have a little bit more of a success, but yeah. Shoot the periscope! Stay perfectly still, Sketch. Stay perfectly still, and he won't. He might run you over. Meanwhile, though, The Axis have been completely caught up by guard. The Partisans and the Sturm and PIB, they did do that long flank. They managed to get onto the center cap again. They do need to clear out the building. You can see Rocker here, BAR in hand. He's trying to clear out the last infantry on the inside. Grenades being thrown through the top window. That P4 is next to them, though. That P4 is going to be devastating. Kenrick here with a bazooka. He might be able to do a little bit of damage. Maybe just track the P4, keep it in position. As a Rocker, he went down. Maximan, holding out. The only defender alive on the inside. Cry Wolf, Narva, Kryrek, all here. There is reinforcements arriving. The Panzer IV and a couple of 363 VD, though. They're trying to hold on to this last central cap in the dying embers of the game. It all comes down to this. Allies control, well, I guess they still technically control the south. The Germans hold the north. It all comes down to the central battle here. And basically, Crywolf, Narva, and Kryrenek. It's a tall order, but I believe. The P4 retreating back a little bit. Or Crywolf goes down as the reinforcements are coming in here. Kenrick with a good shot there. He takes down Zycro. Lesman, the man with the funny arm. Wait, oh, Maximum shooting down from his window. No, he doesn't take down Crywolf. Narva. That was a good grenade. I'm surprised that didn't actually take Bismarck. Oh no, what a bad... Just low, the absolute, just boom. He was there, and then he's face down in the dirt within milliseconds. The German forces control the center, and well, I think there's like 2 minutes left in the game. I don't see any more reinforcements coming in for the Allies, so unless Brandpower, Grau, and Rotor can do something absolutely amazing, they're gonna have to hurry as well. They don't have much time left. Let's have a look at the kill board quickly. So we've got 71. Actually, we'll have a look at the end because I think the game's almost over. We'll have a look at the end. We'll go over them at the end. Yeah, I did two Panzer IVs, lots of infantry, some mechanized half tracks. I know these guys are, you know, they're pretty good. They're pretty good at the game. I don't think they're that good, though. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they realize there might not be any members of their team left, either. That's it. 1911, man. That's it. Save a bullet for yourself. Do a Tom Hanks. Hey, if Tom Hanks can take down a tiger with a 1911, you can too. So, yeah, I don't know how much time is left in this event. Let's have a look at the kills now, because they're basically going to be the same. 72 kills to 70 deaths. A bunch of teams. Okay. 72 kills to 70 deaths for the Axis. 88 wounds to 25 revives. 26 revives. 88 wounds. That's huge at the end. To the Allies, 40 kills, 92 deaths, 65 wounds, and 12 revives. So you can see it was neck and neck for a long time. The stats were very even, but you can see the Germans, the Axis team at this point, has basically just pulled it away. And they, salt in the wound, the Germans have just called in their final respawn wave. Salt in the wound there. So I think the Germans are actually going to take all the caps at this point. You see the Panzer IV is actually heading to the Panzer IV. Panther? Panzer... Why are they all like similar names, man? You like the British. The Cromwell. The Churchill. You know? The Daimler. The Firefly. So the Germans are actually going to take all caps technically at this point. There's nothing left for the Allies. I don't know how much time is left in the match. Like I said, it must be less than 5 minutes. But yeah, this has been a good game. I liked how we've had both teams on the attack, and I like how it's been in like a condensed area. So the action is very easy to follow. The objectives have been very easy to follow as well from a spectator and casting standpoint. We've known what's been going on basically throughout the entirety of the match. It's been easy to explain and show. And again, the armor overhaul, love it, love it. I really do love this armor overhaul. Best update the game has ever received, in my opinion. The armor overhaul really is the best update the game has received. What is going on with these team kills? I guess they're just having fun, you know, over at their base. Is Growl flying there? It looked like he was flying for a second. Oof. Oof. That's a long range. Is that an MP40? Ceasefire, Axis win. Yeah, there it is. GG to the German side. That was a good game though. Like I said, I like how that was organized. Very simple, very easy to follow. The action was all nice in a concise area. And congrats to the Germans for winning. And you know, GG to everyone involved. It was a good game. As always, if you've just watched this on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. We're almost at 600 subs. I hope you made it to the end. And yeah, watch out for the interview that I'm going to be doing with Snazzy, community manager for Postscriptum and admin, a developer. Check out the Discord and stuff. But yeah, YouTube. Until next time, bye-bye. And a big thank you to last month's Twitch subscribers: Willdale303, Yeetus McFeeta 69420 MLG, Yusus, Epix True, Just Press _, Hinkle _, Blomhauser, Coeyboy013, Lazy Titanium 145, Skyros, IR9 _ Lysander, Liberated, Mutlurk, Case25, Kaiser NG, Jabes MX, Merpinator, The CJ Reed, Callum Derp, Morning Calf, Tom the Milkman, Unheroic Isaac, Luna the Gamer Fox, Sash363VD, Bored Out of My Head, Call Me Davro, Bro Lifer, and It's Carl's Design.